girl, Char. Again, I said this already. Char stole my heart. I love Char. She's adorable. She's amazing. She went through a lot. She's a strong soldier. If I could, I would 110% give myself a Char little statue thing. Not in a way. But there's a thing that she does. There's like a big fight that happens, which I'll go over. But after the fight, she gets, she's not involved in the fight. But after she gets, like, help from them, what she does is, anytime she's happy, she has a very big oversized jacket. It's very beautiful. But every time she gets, like, the jacket, she, like, spins her arms. Bro, I hope that she gets the best life that she deserves. That she's an adorable little being that deserves so much. And it's put in such a shit situation. But Chihiro and Shiba, they find out the information from a girl. And Shiba's kind of like hesitant, but Chihiro, obviously, technically being an orphan himself, he technically has Shiba on his side, which is a really big thing. But he feels the not the impact, but understands that, like, hey, you're going through a lot. I've been there. I understand that shit's not fun. What do you say me and you go ahead and get some food? Because she hasn't eaten anything. But that happens, they actually get hunted down by another sorcerer. Jesus Christ, I couldn't say that. Sorcerer that is trying to, which confirms, oh yeah, she is being hunted down, which does mean that there might be a lot of information that what she's saying is true. Shiba comes to rescue, and then Chihiro has to fight with the sorcerer. His name is Dabura, I think his name is. He's a sorcerer who could conjure explosives, which is called Dabura. He has a real name, which we'll go over, which is kind of, I'm surprised they gave some time to that at all. But what is interesting about is that we see Chihiro, like, obviously we see him fight before. This is the first time we see them. They fight very interesting. It's very cool how his sword works. And it seems like each kid changes sword has some form. It has like three different powers depending on what the technique is and what it can do, all that stuff. So technically, the sword that Chihiro has is the most recent sword. The newest sword is the 7th sword. Technically, the 6th with points, because something that I also forgot to mention also, that the reason why Chihiro fought so hard is because his father is a because of the swords that he made in Sword, it stopped this like massive war that was like going on and like big as shit for the longest time. And his swords are the reason why that war came to an end. Which is also why those 6 swords are heavily regarded as like super impressive and super big and super like something, right? They're very important swords to the actual like structure of Japan. And also to Chihiro, because of his father's craft. That is his father's magnum opus and what he was taught, what he was being taught to make. So obviously this is the reason why Chihiro calls him that. But the fight honestly is, I wouldn't say one-sided. Chihiro is very good with the sword, but it is mentioned a lot that he's strong, he has like a honed in mind, but he still has some lack of actual battle experience that like most sorcerers would have. This is a prime example of Chihiro being good, but like there are times when we see him, his body can't handle the sword. We actually see in the chapter that his body can only handle so much when it comes to sense the energy that goes into the body through the sword is a lot for humans to take in. Remember, if the energy was already not supposed to be taken by humans, but his father was able to fight. Body still can also take it, or can only take so much of that thing. It's still very impressive. But yeah, Chihiro beats Dabura pretty easily. And I think from there, Shiba takes Dabura, and Chihiro goes to get, he gets to go somewhere while Hanao watches Char. Char sleeps in the car as he goes somewhere. And so then it becomes just this, no, not a big game tag. So at first, like, they go to like stuff like that. Food, they get ice cream, they get times really is when like some trauma can get brought up, and even that's like somewhat rare. But we see Chihiro having a nice little moment with Char and him trying to get some information, even though she doesn't want to say anything. Which, given what her history is actually quite understandable why she doesn't want to say it. I get why Char doesn't want to just go and blab about her family history, because fuck, man, that's some harsh family history if I do say so myself. And so we go ahead and we go ahead and explore oh yeah, I would go explore, at least in like the writing sense. But Chihiro and Char actually get caught up with the stuff, because Shiba finds this information from Dabura saying, hey, listen, the man that you're messing with is named Shoujo. Shoujo is not named Gouge. He also is the real name, Cloud Gouge, which is the sword, which is one of the 6 swords. And so Shiba tries to go find, either go find Chihiro or do something, but he's like, I need you guys to stay put. But it seems like now Chihiro has a little bounty on his head, because Shoujo found out about Chihiro and that there's a separate magical enchanted sword that I wasn't heard of yet. So we sit there and they're like, oh, okay, I'm curious. There's another 7 swords. Okay. Bounty on this motherfucker. And so all the sorcerers come together and try to hunt him down, because Shoujo's just like, I will give you anything for money. Just give me the boy, give me the girl, and give me the sword. As a matter of fact, fuck the boy. Just give me the girl and give me the sword. And so he goes, so there's all these sorcerers that are popping up. Chihiro actually gets stumbled at one point, because there's a sorcerer that's able to like duplicate himself, which honestly a little overpowered if I do say so myself. And another sorcerer that's helping him, who can like control the mind and make like time for them seem like these are two very strong sorcerers. It's crazy that they get like not that much time. It's crazy how the power creep of the show works. But Chihiro's like on the point of like, oh shit, like fuck, because his trauma gets like forcefully brought up, and so he's like kind of reeling with that. And we actually find out why Char is family person. Is a part of the main plan. And after before, there's a woman on the road saying, hey, if you eat a member from this clan, you will gain immortality. The way that their power works, they have a special power where you can cut off their legs, you can cut off their arms, fingers, and give them any injury that they will get with them. And you see it in real time in the manga as like breaks the sorcerer. Kidnap Char, either breaks her legs or something, and it just like instantly grows back. Like that is some like Wolverine next level regeneration. It's actually fucking insane. And so Chihiro, it's very interesting how this happens, because Chihiro, obviously he's very fueled by the revenge of his father. And so obviously he wants to protect Char, which gives even more boost. But now that he's forcibly remembering his father and whatnot, which he doesn't forget his father, but he's forcibly having to relive that moment of like good times and then finding him dead, and good times and then finding him dead. He is now reminded why he does it in the first place, and he's so locked in. He's just like, yeah, you shouldn't have done that, because now I'm like heavily in my mind of why I do this in the first place. So I'm going to be extra evil to you now. I just want you to die. I just want you to not fucking live anymore, because you're that much of an asshole. And so he just marks everybody and saves Char, which they have a little bonding moment being like, so you don't want to tell me because you think you can trust me, but you were going to tell me in the car because now you felt like you trust me. Yeah. And it's like, well, okay, that makes sense. And like he's very understanding too, which is very nice. Now I'm not gonna lie, there is a part that did hurt. So they actually dedicate like part of a chapter or a whole chapter to Dabura, the dude who was able to shoot the explosive Daburas. And like Shiba goes and he's like, oh, is that all the information that you got? And he's like, yeah. Okay, that's fine. You're free to go. And he's like, what? He's like, yeah. No, dude, go live your life. Do what you want to do. Like get out of this life and just start anew. And he's like, dude, I can't. I like ruined my reputation with my family. Like I can't fucking do any of this shit anymore. It fucking sucks. He's like, you know what? The fact that you even feel some remorse means that there actually might be time for you to change. Which I appreciate that. That like little nice. I did it again. I didn't put down the fucking music. I did it the second time I started up my PC, and the third time I just completely forgot. Like, fuck. And I put my gain down too on my fucking microphone so it wouldn't be super choppy. So now I have no idea what it's gonna fucking sound like now. Jesus Christ. But apologies. I'm a very yawny boy right now. Very tired boy. But basically we get this whole thing with Dabura trying to talk with his family, trying to like explain stuff, and him being like, yeah, I like want to apologize, and his sister kind of giving him some shit, and he's just like, no, like I know it's gonna take a lot, but like that's why we need to make do and be better and stuff like that. And even his sister's like, yeah, you know what, I'll come pick you up. If you really want to try, we can go apologize to Mom for everything we've done, and then we can go and try to make things right. And it seems like a really nice, like, oh, we're actually seeing someone be good, and I like that a lot. Nope, it was just set up so Soju could just look like a fucking crash out, because then he goes and like Dabura gets into the car and he's like, hey, you know, thanks, I really appreciate it. He sees his sister murked, dead. I guess she wasn't dead, she was technically passed out, but fucking bleeding inside the car. He's panicking, then gets a sword through his chest, and this Sojo's like, oh man, you know, you really shouldn't have left us, bro. You know, finish shit, don't you? And then this motherfucker Dabura tries to kill him, and then I don't know what the fuck this motherfucker does. He does some type of like time stopping shit, but then he just gets out the car, fucking stops, and then like the car blows up, and I'm like, bro, what the actual fuck is Cloud Gouger? That Cloud Gouger is fucking powerful. Also, out of fucking nowhere, mind you, he's given like some information by I think it was like the sibling of the other lady that we saw, who had like the time trauma pull-up power that affected Chihiro, and so he pulls up and he's just like, oh yeah, they're over there, and he just murked him, I forget what their gender was, but murks them for no fucking reason. I'm like, oh no, this nigga just doesn't care. This motherfucker's a crash out. This motherfucker said, nah, if you're not useful to me, you're just gonna die. If you're done being useful to me, you're just gonna die. And then that motherfucker, around the corner, he was around the corner, and so he just opens the door to the information station where Hanao is, and he sees fucking Hanao, I think, talking with Chihiro, because they come back after they get chased. Oh, I'm not gonna lie, I missed the whole ass fucking part. I missed the whole ass fucking part because I realized why they got back there in the first place. Okay, so let's rewind. You're probably wondering how we got here. Let's rewind. So Chihiro, after that, is still getting chased, and he actually gets pulled up on 2 different sorcerers. That isn't until he gets saved by someone. I think it was, I want to say Aizawa. I don't think it was Aizawa. I'm trying to remember the name. It was something like Ayawaza or something like that. Not Aizawa, but I think it's Ayawaza. Ayahuasca. I might be so fucking wrong, so I'm gonna need you guys to give me a minute. But also, I understand that dead air is not good, so I am going to still be talking. I know your name is here. I know your name is here. I know your name is here. Motherfucker, I know your name is here. What the fuck? What the fuck? Don't do that. Don't do that. I know your name is here. I know your name is here. What the fuck? Why is he not here? Why is he not here? That's bothersome. That's really bothersome. Why aren't you here? Where are you? Where are you? Son of a bitch. Aizami. His name is Aizami. God, that almost fucked me. Okay, it's Aizami. Alright, it's Aizami. Alright, cool. It's Aizami. So, we see Aizami pull up, and hey, he's my type of sorcerer, man. Just put the energy through the fist and let me beat the motherfucker's ass. That's basically what he's got. I'm pretty sure it's more complicated than that, but I'll fucks with him heavy. But he is able to like rescue Chihiro, because Chihiro is banged up at this point. And also he has the kid, which is kind of hard to defend. Well, he brings them back to the information station, where we find out also that apparently Mr. Shiba was part of the Kamunabi, I think it's called, which is basically just sorcerers that work for the government. So there's obviously freelance independent sorcerers, which is like Shiba and Chihiro are the sorcerers that work for the hierarchy of the sorcerers. I forget the name, the Hakuza or some shit like that. And then there is the Kamunabi, which is the sorcerers that work for the government. So there's like three somewhat parties, like where there's like the independent sorcerers, the bad sorcerers, the good sorcerers, but also semi still bad because, like, you know, they try to do bad things in order to get good outcomes. That type of shit, you know, good, like sometimes evil needs to be beat with evil type level shit. But Izami basically explains to both of them of like, listen, there's a lot of shit in the background. First of all, Shiba, you were supposed to keep this shit on log, and I was supposed to keep this shit on log. So I don't know what the fuck you doing allowing an ancient blade that no one's supposed to know about be fucking seed, dumbass. It's like, well, what was gonna happen? He's fucking 17 and he can fight now. It's like, yes, he could fight, but this motherfucking shoujo is also not that. Also, I can't have enchanted blades fight enchanted blades, especially since one of the enchanted blades is not known. Also, the higher ups didn't like his father in the first place, and like, some of them are chill, some of them understand his wealth, but also some of them think that the swords, like, being made in the first place are bad for society, which, low-key, not that off, if I'm being honest. And so, like, I need both of y'all to fucking chill while the fucking Kamunabi figure out what to do. Also, just so you know, because you're gonna find out, so I might as well just tell you at this point, there's an auction for one of the swords that are going out in about a month. We're trying to figure out what's going on. Don't you get fucking involved. You're not fucking strong enough. Stop. So he basically just comes and just shuts everything down. It's like, you two shouldn't even be fucking doing shit right now. I don't know why the fuck you keep meddling in the fucking affairs. I get that you're trying to help, but I get you want revenge for your father. I understand and respect it. I need you to stop. Because I can't keep this secret any longer if you keep fucking fighting out in the open, dickhead. Like, they already know about your existence now, so no, I gotta fucking, I wouldn't need to explain why I didn't say anything, because then they're gonna assume that I knew, and then I'm gonna get in trouble, so stop. Which, understandable. The motherfucker, like, kept their secret for so long. And I don't even, you know what? That's how we get to fucking Shoujo just pulling up out of fucking nowhere. And I do not blame Chihiro for having to fight, because I shit you not, that motherfucker just waltzed into the information station and just sees him. And he's just like, hey, you're Chihiro, right? You're that kid with the enchanted blade. Hey, fight me, nigga. It's like, oh no. And so Chihiro's already banged up for fighting so much. This man has not, I don't think he's had a single point of rest up till this point. This man is doing shit. So he fights Cloud Gouger. We get like, we see like Cloud Gouger's abilities, where Chihiro's sword, which I forget the name of his blade. It has, I know it has a Ka. I called it AKA at first, but no, it has a Ka. It has Ko, and I think it has Nijisi, which I think. Well, I don't remember specifically what I do, but one of them is absorption. The other one is augmentation with like the energy, and then the other one is, I think, just like a long range slash. I think Ko is the long range slash. And then Cloud Gouger has Mel, Yuri, and something else. I forget. But all of them are very like, one can make ice, the other can make water, I think. And the other does lightning. So obviously it's called Cloud Gouger, so it's gonna do a lot of cloud-based things. Huh? Who would have fucking guessed? But they have their own fight, them testing it out. And this motherfucker, like I said, this motherfucker Shoujo is such a fucking crash out, because that motherfucker's just like, it's like, everyone wants to call your father this altruistic. Well, to be fair, at this point he doesn't really know. Yet, like, I was gonna do the Naruto thing. I was gonna call Chihiro Kagurabachi. I'm such a fucking idiot. But Chihiro is trying to keep the fact that he is his son under wraps, and so what he does is that he like, it's very interesting. I think Shoujo was a very good first villain for Chihiro in like this way, because Shoujo was somebody who like has very much studied his father's like Shigeki's like ideology when it comes to it. I read a lot of his books and his techniques, but he came away with the completely wrong idea from it, where his father was always someone being like, it's like, listen, we make these swords and we're proud to make these swords, but these swords are also made for killing people. We can never forget that, and so you have to understand and live with that burden, and you do with that burden what you will. Sojo's take on it is not that. He basically looks at it as, oh yeah, no, his father wanted destruction. His father wanted to kill people. That was the thing. And like, if I'm being honest, it's probably not too far off the actual truth, because like obviously but it was probably coming from a good place of, if I don't like, it's not in the sense of he was a violent psychopathic maniac like Shoujo. It was more of like it's a killed or be killed situation. Like, I can make these, like I could do nothing, or I can make these blades that could potentially turn the tide and potentially bring some peace, but through the death of killing. And I think that was the ideology that like he really had potentially, which is kind of what we see too, where he's like, hey, remember, we make these swords and these swords are supposed to be for good things, but they still kill people. We can't forget the fact that people use this to kill. So you gotta, we really gotta understand what the purpose for it is, and like if that's a good thing, if it's killing in self-defense, if it's killing to protect another, if it's killing for the sake of the goodness, or if they're just big fucking bastards just killing people. So that was like his kind of more philosophy around that. And this motherfucking Shoujo Cash Out falls into motherfucking crowd. People is about to fucking just light out Mel, which is his lightning ability, to be like, I'm gonna turn the tides, bitch, which is like, oh, Izami warned about this. Izami warned that the enchanted blades got used in public like this, the whole perception is gonna be changed to, wow, he's a hero, to, oh my fucking god, these swords are dangerous, which is already sort of happening. Fucking spoiler alert for the like end of these 2 volumes. But Kagura, oh my god, oh, I'm doing it. I was calling him Chihiro this entire time. I had no problems calling him Chihiro, and here I am. I'm doing it. I'm doing the stupid fucking thing, and I fucking hate it. Chihiro is a lot smarter than he is. Well, I like the fact, and I always like this when it comes to manga, that instead of someone just like, oh yeah, the power is weak, and it's like, oh, I found these new power, like, oh, I found this new power. I like the fact that someone is given a very strong, like, S-tier weapon or ability, but they have to learn how to properly use it to its full potential, because the whole narrative around this first arc is the fact that Chihiro is strong. For where he is, and the fact that he could use the enchanted blade in the first place, he's already a threat. He's already a massive threat. But there's so much that's still within him and within the sword that's not yet released, that he still has so much training to do in order to understand. And you see that in the fight with Shoujo, where Shoujo is actually giving Chihiro for a run for his money, despite the fact he's the one that studied the blade and studied with his father and actually like honed in some of his skills with using the blades and stuff like that. But Chihiro, again, he's someone who I like because he's very smart and evolved that way, where he basically, while using Mel, while Shoujo was using Shoujo was being used, was using his Mel lightning ability, used himself like a lightning rod to basically absorb everything to save people, which, oh my fucking god, that is actually really smart. And then a little bit after that, the Kamunabi come, along with Shiba and Azami, and he's just like, well, I'm in no condition to fight, and so he runs away, but not before he takes away Char. And I will say this, I don't know what the fuck happened to Hanao. I don't know what the fuck happened to Hanao. I don't know if Hanao's dead. I don't know if we see Hanao again. I think they mentioned when they go to the hospital that Hanao's safe, but I actually don't fucking know, and I'm terrified for her. I really hope she's safe, because she was a very sweet girl. Oh my god, if Hanao's dead, that would upset me, because she didn't deserve that. She didn't deserve any of that. But Chihiro ends up in the hospital, which is also, I like that they use a public hospital, because there are hospitals meant for sorcerers, but if his name comes up, then the higher ups of the Kamunabi are going to be curious, and so they might come down to talk to Chihiro, and kind of don't want that right now. So the operation that they're gonna go for is Izami's team is basically gonna try to jump Shoujo while they have the whole conversation of what they're gonna do. The plan is the elite of Izami's team is gonna go try to jump Shoujo while Mr. Shiba and Shihiro are gonna go and try to rescue Char. Which I like this as well because you see that like the leader is super smart and like, you know, the way that they work and stuff like that. And they actually almost get Shoujo because Chihiro explains like, oh yeah, the Mel needs a 10-second interval before you could use it again. He's gonna probably use like combine like 2 abilities to make a different ability, but there's like ways that you can avoid it and smart, and they're good. But that boy Shoujo is such a menace. Man, fucking learned how to use Mel as a teleportation ability to grab the sword, and fucking holy shit. Which also made me explain like, wait, so you can't use the sword again? But okay, so that was the biggest thing. It does get explained, but I do kind of wish it was explained somewhere else before the like towards the end of volume 2, where if someone's sword is like if you have like make a pact with a sword, right? That was one of the limitations of the sword, and kind of like the safeguard. So you can't just pick it up and just fucking willy-nilly summon lightning or summon koi fish and shit. Is that when you pick up the sword, if there is currently no owner of the sword or the owner is dead, you have to make a lifelong pact with the sword in order to use it. That way, if it gets stolen or if something happens, you cannot use that sword. Now, as far as I'm concerned, I don't think that there are any proper, as far as I'm concerned, right now, everyone who has a sword can't use it. Because Cloud Gouger was the only one that could have been used because the owner of Cloud Gouger ended up dying, which is why he was able to change hands and why Shoujo was able to use Cloud Gouger because he made the lifelong pact. I don't know if his father, Chihiro's father was the one that, if he could like make multiple pacts with swords, and that's how he stopped him, which is why he had to die. I don't think that was the case, because if that was the case, then the swords would not be in possession with other people, or at least, but then no one would be complying with those people. I'm not 100% sure. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I'm not 100% sure what that is. All I know is that at least towards the end of Volume 2, there was only one person who was able to use their sword. The rest of the users for the swords who made lifelong pacts are actually kept in some area by the Kamunabi. And everyone who currently owns a sword who's in like the underground of the Sorcerer Society cannot use those swords because the original users who made the pact, the lifelong pact limitations, is actually still alive. I wish that was explained because that made it confusing how Shoujo was able to use that ability and take it. And also, if you knew that that was the case potentially, then you should have known that not everybody, that like taking the sword wouldn't just stop Mel. Now that I'm thinking about it, or stop Shoujo, now that I'm thinking about it, like, yeah, you're like, oh cool, I have the sword, and it's like, you should probably like stop the person before the sword. Like, fuck the sword, you should have stopped the person first. Put some seal, do some shit or something. I don't know. That's just me. I would have thought of that, but whatever. But basically that whole team gets fucking murked. Meanwhile, Chihiro tries to save Char, and at first is struggling like a motherfucker because he is still super weak. But again, it's that learning. It's that learning and that churning and that churning and that learning ability where that motherfucker goes and he starts fucking like managing the energy a lot better. Where he's starting to make smaller yet denser slashes, which he's able to cut to still cut as thoroughly through, but it uses less consumption. Same thing with the something, I forget what it's called, but I think it was like his cloaking ability. That's the other ability that his sword has. It was absorption, it was long range, and it was cloaking. I don't know what the fuck I said about the third one before. I forget what I said, but it was cloaking. Yes, cloaking like a defensive ability type stuff. And so he's able to just, because at first these like bodyguards are just making fun of him, which is also how we got the background, because they started explaining the background of Char. And it's actually quite sad because the mother just wanted a peaceful life. And it sounded like the father sold them out for some money, which, fuck that nigga. Oh my God, fuck that nigga to Kingdom Come. Like, no, nah, you a bitch, homie. That's insane. You was a bitch and a half, and that is fucking insane for you to do that. You are a whore. You are a whore. But, yeah, so that happens. And so we get that explanation, and that life is sad. Because like they just get walked on, and like they get used and for their experiments, but then eventually the mom leaves, and then she tries to like destroy the lab, and then they're like, she didn't even do much. Like her life was so like left in vain, but not really, because her daughter was able to get away. Her daughter was able to make Chihiro and Shiba, and she found some strong sorcerers to help her, man. So that is good. And I will say that end also made me, it got me a little teary-eyed. I'm not gonna lie. The ending for that chapter kind of made me a little teary-eyed, because Chihiro comes back with like a burger, and it's like, hey, look, I didn't squash it. And she's crying so much. I'm like, bro, oh my God, yes, you got her back. We got the little bean back, and she's okay. She'll be able to live a happy life. I'm so fucking happy. Or at least try to live a happy life. I hope she becomes a partner. I hope she becomes like a I know it's dangerous for her as a kid, but I hope she does become like a travel member, because she seems like such a sweetheart. But as they're leaving that building, that motherfucker Chihiro sees Sojo come back, and he's just like, ah, shit. Alright, Char is like, I'm gonna need you to take Char. I'm gonna need to deal with this. And I actually like it, because both of them basically went through the same thing, where they were on the ropes when it came to the battle. They were outnumbered, outjumped, but then they started learning about their blade, which Chihiro does bring up, of like, there's like a what is it? It's something like a realm state for the blade or something like that, where like you go beyond what you could understand for it, and like it really all depends on like what the leader, the wielder, what the wielder can actually do with that sword, and the abilities that they're able to like do with that, which is very interesting. Which is like, I like the way that they're building it, of like, yeah, it completely depends on the wielder's ability to actually use the powers properly, because you can just start swinging that motherfucker and not really have an idea, but like at that point, then you got to think about like, oh, okay, how does the blade function? How does the blade do it? Which, again, those are the kind of power systems I'm like, when the power of strength comes from how the person uses it, not just the fact that it's strong. And the people who are strong are mentioned that they're strong, but they're very one-trick ponies who can be easily, versus some people like Shoujo and Chihiro, who are understanding and evolving with the blade along itself. And so we get this like really nice chapter where they both mention this battle is only gonna last for like a split second in like real time. It's gonna be about maybe like 12 seconds at most, because Shoujo, he's evolved, but he's at the brink end, and Chihiro's evolved, but he's at his brink end. And so it's just this terrible situation of just both of them being like, we're at our ropes. I don't know what we're gonna do, but we're gonna leave it all on the table, boy. And so they have not only this like really cool drawn fight scene, but it's kind of those things of like when two fighters are so in sync with each other in battle. It's kind of like that mythos of, oh yeah, you tend to like speak to that person or speak about that person when you're battling, which like I really like. I've always loved that concept when it came to how like the mind and body works when it comes to that stuff. And so they have a talk where Shoujo explains to like Chihiro, it's like, oh yeah, you're his son. I remember you bringing that up, which there is a little funny moment where Chihiro's like, wait, who the fuck talk? Oh, he's like, oh shit, I did let that slip on. And so he talks to him being like, and I think this was important for Chihiro as well, because Chihiro has been someone who's like, oh yeah, you know, I want like good need, like I want like the swords are going to be used, they should be used for good, to vanquish evil, yada yada yada. I think that's at the point as well. No, the flashback comes before this. It's when Chihiro has his own evolution with the sword, but his father does mention something of like, He said, oh yeah, you'll never be as good as me, but I'm not training you to be as good as me. I'm giving you the abilities to forge your own path to be your own person. I'm not telling you to be like me, because you don't want to be like me, because you can do so many things better already than me than just swords. Be your own person and be your own path, which I think is important because he's been carrying his father's philosophy, which I think has been holding him back. And so mid-battle, him and Shoujo are having that conversation about his dad's philosophy and the philosophy behind the swords. And Shoujo even admits of like, listen, you're his son. So I do have to acknowledge the fact that in a sense you are right. Those swords are used, those swords should be used, or something of like, oh yeah, your philosophy, the way you look is right. Like the swords should be used for a purpose. But I still think my purpose, I'm still right in a way of, they're still meant to kill. And they're still killing devices, and they should be honed in by a killer. Which, again, they're both not wrong. Because his father kind of did say that. At the end of the day, these are killing devices. And so Chihiro also has to accept, in order for him to evolve, he does have to accept that, yeah, I do actually have to take what you're considering and actually accept the fact that these swords are for killing. And that the purpose of these swords is to be weapons for killing. Also, hold on a second. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. My story straight. And so, like, in a very interesting way, Chihiro, I don't know if his goals changed. It seems like it, but he does admit, he's like, okay, I will admit, in a way you are right. I do kind of have to accept that fact by that interpretation. Because if you read that from my father's literature and his studies, and you thought that that was purposes for killing, that's fine. But that also means that realistically, I can't exist. Like these, if that's the case, then these swords realistically cannot exist in this world. If there are people like you who are going to interpret the use of these swords just for killing devices, for that purpose, when that was not my father's purpose in general, and that was not the intended purpose for their original design. Like, yes, they were meant to kill, but they were meant to kill for a purpose. And if there are people like you who misinterpret that, then these swords can no longer exist in this world. Which is why, when they go for their final blows, Chihiro wins. I mean, he takes a lot of fucking damage. That boy's down for wear. That boy's missing an arm, and he's like coughing up blood. He's got internal injuries, so that boy is struggling. But he does win. He does, in fact, win. And by winning, he also goes and breaks Cloud Gouger, which I was kind of surprised. I didn't think he was going to do that either. Both me and Shoujo were very shocked by that revelation, that he just straight up breaks Cloud Gouger. And so with the aftermath of this, the Kamunabi are actually having a conversation being like, okay, so this motherfucker went and there's a motherfucker out there with a 7th blade. It's out there, and now he has Cloud Gouger, and the fucking wielder for Cloud Gouger is dead. So now there are 2 swords that exist that are enchanted that could fuck shit up. We need to do something. Also, Izami, we know you must have known shit, nigga. What the fuck? And then even one of the people who survived from that crew that went after Shoujo sits there and he's like, look, Izami, I don't hate you for your decision to protect the kid. I understand it, and like I respect it in a way. But I also need you to understand, I have seen the wielding of enchanted blades. That shit cannot exist. And so it seems though, it does seem as if the enchanted blades might not be something people use anymore, or like their goal might be shifting. And so now they are gonna need to look for Chihiro and see what he's doing, because the last chapter I don't think we get like a proper place of where like Chihiro is right now. All of it has to do with like the Kamunabi, their conversation, and what everybody's doing, and the whole auction that's happening, right? And trying to get like the 3rd sword that they could find. So my whole thing with that is that even though the Kamunabi might not like Chihiro's father, and in turn might not like the way Chihiro's trying to save the sword, Chihiro does seem like he doesn't want to save the swords anymore, that he'd rather just destroy them if people don't exist. I mean, he destroyed Cloud Gouger, so that might be the mentality he's going in with all of his swords. So I do wonder if the Kamunabi and Chihiro might side more with each other, or I wonder if the Kaminabi do still want those swords intact, because some of them say, yeah, they're a threat to society, but actually some of them want to destroy them, and some of them are like, well, I mean, if we have wielders that are on our side, that would be good. But also there runs the risk of people going rogue, and if falling into the wrong hands, and someone does die, it's like a whole fucking thing. And also, at least at the time of recording, we don't know if the swords can work broken. For all we know, they can work and it won't really matter, or like Chihiro is able to reforge it potentially and make the blades anew. I don't know yet. We don't really know. But that's kind of where I am with all of this. Yeah, dude, Kagurabachi is such a fucking good read. First of all, art's fucking amazing. It's great as shit. I love it. It's fucking awesome. Second of all, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful story. I like the world. It's very interesting. The power system, even though it's very loosey-goosey, probably some of the loosest I've seen in a while, like a long while. It's very good in the way that they like scale things, and I appreciate that. I like it a lot. The characters are all really good. I don't think there's like a single character so far I've like hated. Even like the villain was so good, given like how he views his father's literature and his philosophy with everything and how he cool is. Also, that man's stylish as shit. I also just like that disheveled. I like villains who have that like disheveled look towards them, where they're like insane but like still kind of pretty boy, but also still manic at the same time. I like it. It's cool. But yeah, dude, I fell in love with this. This is going in the list. Like, not just like the, oh yeah, we'll see. No, this is going in the list. This is going in the list. This is going in the big fucking, like, we are going to read this some point. And we'll probably make a big, like, thing about it since part 1 is done. I didn't mean to. That was by complete accident to talk about this, by the way. But yeah, part 1 is done. It's doing the Chainsaw Man thing when it's like, oh yeah, part 1, part 2, all that shit. So I was very surprised myself, if I'm being completely honest. I was like, oh shit. Okay, that's actually kind of interesting to know that like we're getting like a part 2 too, which I assume author's gonna take a break. So do not be surprised if Kagurabachi comes back pretty quickly, because I'm definitely gonna want to talk about it again, because it's so good. It's actually so good, guys. Kagurabachi is really fucking good. It's really fucking good. It's so good. I love it a lot. I love it a lot. I see why it's like one of the like the crowns for the new gens, man. Cause like I've seen it with Sakamoto days. It's I like fucking Kagurabachi is also really good. No, sorry, Gachiakuta is really good. Fucking there's a couple of big ones I still need to read. There's another one where it's like a redhead and like a white-haired girl that I need to read. I forget the name of that one. I'm debating if I want to read. There's like one where a girl's doing like traditional Japanese writing style stuff, but that does have an anime coming out, so I don't know. I might just put that one in the bin and just watch the anime for that. I want to talk about it before, but I think for now I might just whatever. But dude, yeah, Kagurabachi, I fucking love it. It's good as shit. It's fun as shit. It's great, man. I want a little statue of Char in the big ass jacket, just fucking flailing her arms. I need that so badly. I want that little figure, dude. I need a figure of that because that's adorable as shit. I would put that right on the shelf that I have, man. I need that. But yeah, Kagurabachi, would I recommend it? Yes. Is it good? Yes. Should you pick it up? Yes. Kagurabachi, again, it's fucking great. It's fucking fun. I always like a story with katanas and swords. Again, I watch Bleach, so that's fairly fucking obvious. So this is obviously very inspired by Bleach in itself and the way that the swords work and fucking all that shit. Fucking great. It's fucking awesome. Fucking cool. I love it. I love it. I love it. It's awesome. It's great. It's cool. It's fucking... Chihiro as an MC is really good. I do like him as an MC as well. He's a very good MC, very not relatable, but definitely reasonable. I like his energy. He's not too much, but he also still has the passion and determination to do what he wants to do, and he's very logical in his thinking. I do appreciate that. While also having a lot of sensitivities as well, which is also good. I think Chihiro's like probably one of the better MCs to come out in like the new era for Shonen Jump. So that makes me very happy. That does. I like him a lot. It's very cool. He's very cool. He's very awesome, and I like him a lot. Man, yeah, I don't have much to say else. Kagurabachi, fucking awesome. I'm definitely gonna keep that's gonna be like one of my weekly reads. That's gonna be one of my like, oh yeah, I'm gonna need that. I might power through it because I don't know when. I have no clue when part 2 will come out. I assume if part 1's officially over, like I said, I think the author might just take a break. That makes the most sense. If you're finished with part 1, just take a break, have some time, and then come back and refresh your mind. So yeah, which also reminds me I need to start Chainsaw Part 2. That scares me as well. But thank you all for joining me today. I appreciate you all. You all have been wonderful on the YouTube side. Who are gonna watch this eventually. So thank you all for watching. I appreciate it so much. I appreciate you all with so much love and passion and enjoyability. And to the people on YouTube, I will see you guys next time. Bye bye, arrivederci. Have a wonderful time. You guys have been wonderful. Much love, much appreciation. You guys are cool. Okay, and I think also now with the streamers,
Nixulus said, "Oh, what's your fave anime of all time?"
Fave anime of
Nixulus said, "Ah wait, you're ending my bad, ahaha."
Oh no, you're good. You're good. You're good. I actually was debating whether I was gonna end. I don't know. To be fair, I upload these on YouTube, so I was ending for like the YouTube people because I'm taking that chunk and I'm just stripping that out from YouTube. But no, in terms of like favorite anime of all time, that's been really back and forth recently because for the longest time it's been Full Metal Alchemist, but I don't know. Right now it's fighting with Oshinoko and Re:Zero because Re:Zero I've always liked Re:Zero, but the most recent season of Re:Zero really brought it up, and I've loved Oshinoko has been really, really good consistently. Like I'm currently going through the 3rd season, I'm watching the 3rd season weekly, and that shit's really, really good. That shit's really, really good. So I think for now, yeah, you know what? For now, I'd probably say Oshinoko. That's probably the one. Actually, what time is it before I close? Do I want to do the things?
Nixulus said, "Oshi no Ko is so good too. The art is so neat."
The art is very, very good. The art is very, very good for that. I love it a lot. It's genuinely fun. Unironically, it is very, very good. I fucking love it so much. It's fucking great. I guess because I'm thinking ahead of time what I should do. You know what? Let me see if I can get some draw practice in. I think that's something that I should do. But yeah, no, I am ending the like manga portion talk. But dude, feel free to talk about manga or anything. I'm probably gonna switch this to an art stream though. But I will be here. I'm still talking. Actually, if you want to, you can share your favorite anime. I'd love to know.
Nixulus said, "The music is a lil loud, Nixuluim fine." Nixulus said, "Oki bet ahaha."
Oh, is the music loud? Okay, I did not know that. Hopefully this is better. Hopefully this is a lot better.
Nixulus said, "I have so many it's hard to choose from."
Yeah, see, that is the hard thing, especially being in this new era of anime, where there's just so much, where there's so much to do and so much to consume when it comes to this world of anime, that like it's so hard to decide it's so hard to decide what's new or not, or it's so hard to decide your favorites when there's like potentially new favorites coming out every single season, let alone every single year. It's fucking insane, like genuinely. Where is my? There you go. I don't know why you switched. Okay. Hopefully the music is also a lot shorter. Not shorter, but a lot better. But yeah, I do hope that's the case. Fucking hell. Whew. Do I want to just chat? I don't know. I'm very much up in the I am very much up in the air given the fact of the things that I want to do. I'm debating because I should do some drawing practice, but I also probably should record some videos, some shorts. But also
Nixulus said, I will say, for world building it gotta be Made in Abyss. The villains in it is so sick.
Oh my god, Made in Abyss, genuinely one of the best. God, I need to finish. I have not watched the movies or the season 2 yet. I need to. I put a pause on that because I finished season 1, but I put a pause on that just so I could consume everything else because there was so much good shit when I started watching it. I need to go back. I think what's hesitating me about wanting to start about Made in Abyss is everything I've heard when it comes to like the whole children shit and how much that can get kind of weird. Like the first season I heard was really good at like weeding that out, but I heard that they didn't do such a good job in the second season. Haven't heard much for the movies though, but I heard the second season people were just like, I don't know about that. I don't know how I feel about that. So that's what made me a little bit worried when interacting with all that. I was like, that's not great. That makes me kind of upsetty spaghetti. But like, you know, I know it happens and stuff like that. So I'm not too completely worried by it. Hopefully, I mean, Made in Abyss, even though it's there, I would assume there's actual proper reason for
said,
it.
Ye the children stuff are weird, but world building it's so good.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking, where it goes, where it's the feeling of, yeah, children stuff is weird, but it could be a lot weirder, and also like, so my friend did bring it up to me in the sense of just like, yeah, it's weird, but it's also like, in a really fucked way, like, not realistic's the wrong word, but like, it's a fucked world, right? That's what he's saying. It's kind of like not excuse, but the reasoning for Berserk, where it's like, yeah, this fucked shit happens and sometimes happens. It's a fucked up world. Would you think that they would have, that these fucked up people would have moralities like that? No, they're fucked up people. And like, fucked up shit happens. So that's like the thing of just like, yo, I get that. And at least with stuff like Berserk and Made of Abyss, they do make a point to be like, this is not good. This is not good. It did exist in this world, but it's not good. Which I think is a bit, it is big and that goes a long way. Do I want to change? I don't know. I don't know how I feel. Because right now it's like 4 and I probably should do some stuff, things. I actually don't know. I'm very conflicted right now in this moment because I should do stuff, but I also want to draw. I also want to make those shorts just to see, because I don't know when I'm gonna have. I don't know when I'm gonna have time to do it again. Ow! Fucking hell! God, I really don't know what I want to do.
Nixulus said, Ye. Also sorry if the text-to-speech cut you off mid-sentence XD.
Oh, dude, no, dude or dudette, I don't know. But do not worry, that happens all the time. I know what to expect when the speech, chat
said,
is existing.
What shorts do you wanna make? Anything planned?
So the two big things that I do is obviously streaming content and like streaming content, gaming content, clips, like just stream clips, and then I make clips for the videos I upload. Because believe it or not, this is not my main ish. My main ish is my YouTube channel. That's where like my biggest audience is. That's where most of my growth comes from. Is like usually my YouTube channel. At least the anime YouTube channel that I run. And so I'm trying to make like non-highlight clips. So like clips during like question of the day stuff, or like doing little discussion pieces of just like, oh, like why I don't like this character, or why I think this show has the best world building, or like talking about new stuff like how Netflix and Mappa might be working on some stuff, and the price ranges for like the streaming and stuff like that. And so like that's like my whole thing that I want to do. And I want to work on the shorts, but it's so easier to just do the stream clips, especially just the stream clips, at least on YouTube, do like fairly well. Like they're fine to get the engagement, to get the people. Like I think I just want to elevate my content for myself, which is why I'm like debating whether I want to do that, because it's one of those things where it's like it's basically like I should put more effort into that stuff, but it's also effort that I don't know if I could spare, because I'm making YouTube videos and I'm streaming and I'm fucking running helping run 2 podcasts while also being a part of a 3rd one, which is insane. And I had to like move at least 2 of those podcasts back because I just had to rest, because I've been pushing myself. But like I have time now. I have potential time to actually do this. That's why I'm thinking of like what should I do. Also, I apologize if it's a lot. I know you've come up here and you just message. But yeah, I don't know. That's kind of where I am for myself, and thinking how I want to do things and how I want to approach things. That's just kind of like the whole thought process that I have right now. What to do, and what to understand? No. Wrong. That is wrong. What to do and what to benefit. What the fuck? What's the word I'm thinking of? Benefit? No. Enhance? I don't know. What is the best option? I think is
Nixulus
what I'm thinking of.
Said, "Hole, you're a busy man." Surprised face. I could never. I procrastinate too much. Haha.
Oh, I am the same way. It gets to the point where like I try to take the weekends to do as best as I can. Like I think it was like either Friday night or Saturday night. I like stayed up till like 4 a.m, finishing up a video that I needed to put out. Cause I don't know why I decided that for myself, but I'm just like, I'm gonna try to make an anime review every week. So like my editing's not super great to help out with that, but like the effort I put into like the scripts is like my bread and butter type stuff. And then I gotta do the editing for the podcast and stuff like that. And then I gotta do, which the podcast doesn't take that much editing. And it's already up. We didn't do one this week. I just need to put out clips. Then I need to put out stream clips, which I have some. But I need to take this podcast, this solo conversation I have, and then make the thumbnails for that. I also make all the thumbnails and do all the editing. Like, it's a lot. It's so much. Oh, I need to sort myself. I need to sort myself a lot. Maybe I might draw. maybe I might draw for the sake of just sitting down and relaxing, because I have found that drawing has been an outlet of relaxation for me, at the very least. Even though I don't draw well, I'm learning how to draw. It's hard as shit, and it's a lot. But at the very least, it is time for me to it is time that I sit down and I just focus, which has been very, very nice. To just to sit down, put on some music in the background, and just like go, which I have very much appreciated a lot. It has been very, very nice. It has been very nice and it has been very good. I have very much enjoyed that as well. I don't know. I have so many swirling thoughts in my mind. Like if you look at the calendar that I have, it's also so fucking much, because I'm always doing something every day.
Nixulus said, "Drawing is very relaxing."
Yes,
happy face.
I have found that out. Drawing has been a very relaxing thing for me, or at least like just it's a new level of understanding of just like, yes, I can just do this and focus. Now it's not relaxing when I have to do stuff I don't understand and I'm frustrated, but for the most part, like it's It's nice. It's actually genuinely nice, which is why I want to get better at it. And why I want to actually like do stuff with it. It's just hard. It's very hard and very it's a lot, man. Drawing has gave me a new understanding when it comes to oh, that blocked my mic. Drawing has given me a new understanding as to like what the pricing for some of this stuff costs and like what people go into, because that's like the big conversation for a lot of people, right? Is that people always talk to artists and is like, hey, this costs like a shit ton of money to like pay you to just do this art piece. Like people pay $80 or $90, but I get it, man. Especially, oh my god, especially rendered pieces, dude. I fucking get it now. Holy shit! Like I'm never gonna question prices on shit again, because I understand what level of effort goes into that now. As like an adult just looking at that, I'm just like, fuck, man. That's a lot. Okay, let me see.